What's happening? This is the Tap In Podcast. We are live inside the Tap In studio. I got a special guest in the building, man. Mm-hmm. Comedian, actor, writer, brother of the illustrious fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Pie to the day I die.
Mr. Shed G in the building.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, sir?
What up, man? What's up, man? We got to clap for that.
Yeah.
Make noise for Tap In. We tapping in, baby. We tapping
That's
in.
right. How you been, man?
Man, I'm so blessed, man. God is so good. I can't complain about anything, man, in my life where I am now, especially being in Texas and being here with you, Noop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel good, brother.
That's right, man. That's right. Man, I want to start from the beginning, man. Mm-hmm. How did you get started in entertainment? Or where you let's start even before that. Mm-hmm. Where you from?
Man, I'm originally from D.C. I always call it the real D.C., Denver, Colorado.
Chocolate City.
No, Denver, Colorado. That's right. No, I'm originally from Denver, Colorado, man. Born and raised. Love my city, man. It's just a blessing there. You know, I play ball, you know. Honorable men, you know, McDonald.
Football, basketball?
Basketball.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Me, Chauncey Billups. Man, you had a whole lot of guys out of there down there. I mean, just Trey Aikman. I mean, it was a lot of people that was dope coming out there for basketball. So I knew I was going to be a ball player. So then I went to Norfolk State University. Big shout out to the Easy Mob, Epsilon Zeta Noops out there. And it was just cool. I just knew I was going to play ball. Next thing you know, I went for everything to check up the draft, and they said I had a heart murmur. Yeah, so I pulled myself from doing all of that stuff, man. And then I went home, back to Denver. When I was in Denver, I was working at a place called Nextel, but then started, you know, because I started doing a little bit of comedy and hosting while I was in at Norfolk State.
Okay.
Another new Cedrick The Entertainer. I had hosted something for the college university. And he was like, yo, you pretty funny. You ever thought about doing comedy? I said, I don't do no comedy. He said, no, that's what you was doing up there. I said, no, I wasn't. Because another comic had pulled out because of health reasons, so we needed a host. So they had me host. They like, you host, you funny. People know you. I'm like, So I was up there. Yeah, man, this girl walked in. You know how we do. We just be joning. She walked in. I said, ooh, you can tell somebody got their refund check. Look at her clothes. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those things. So they had me host everything in college and stuff. And then when I graduated, went home to Denver. I was working at Nextel Communication doing some stuff. And when I was there, still was hosting, doing comedy. So I got the opportunity to open up for Robert Townsend. He thought I was funny. Yo, you got to. So it's just that's where it all started.
You are running into some of the big hitters in comedy, man.
At a young age. That was the craziest part.
And so after that conversation with Ced, did Ced ever be like, or he just kind of motivate you to keep doing it while you was in college?
Well, that was the first person who told me I should do comedy. I was like, I'm not on your level. You know what I mean? You got to understand, this was Kings of Comedy said and all that. I was like, man, I'm not on your level. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, nah. It's just like sometimes, you know, people be like, man, you keep trying. You going to be all right. You going to be that dude. You know, it wasn't even like that. So I was like, nah, I ain't going to. You know, that's him saying. So I didn't really think nothing of it. So I was hosting, the college stuff because they was like, well, you pretty good. Just host. I kept it entertaining. But I never thought about it until, like, Robert Townsend and Dave Chappelle was like, yo, you funny. And I was like, wow. You know, I was at the Comedy Works, open up for him, and I did a joke talking about, remember where the snipers, DC snipers?
Yeah.
And I did a joke talking about the day I had opened up, because he, you know, that's when they found out he was black. Yeah. And, you know, I went up there like, y'all, how many of y'all lost a bet at work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, but he let us know he was black, but we didn't listen to the clues.
Yeah.
Right? I said, first clue was, you got to understand, he only shot people Monday through Thursday. Black people going to take the weekend off. I don't care what it is. If it's killing you, the weekend is off for us, you know?
Yeah.
So it was funny, man. So that's what it was.
That is crazy, man. Mm-hmm. That is dope. And then when did you realize, I mean, after, I know when you say you went back to Denver, did it ever hit you like, dang, I'm a comedian now? Like, when did that moment happen?
I think it happened when I was in Walmart. And I was somewhere. I was in Walmart, and somebody walked up because I was usually Shed Showtime because that was my name when I played ball. It was like Shed Showtime Garrett. You know what I mean? Right. So when they saw me and they was like, yo, it's Shed G. Because my calling back then was, can I vent? And I would make the audience say, vent, brother, vent. So I was at Walmart and somebody was like, yo, comedian, can I vent? And I was like this, like, vent, brother, vent. They're like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I may be a comic now. You know what I mean? And that's when the transition started happening.
Wow. How long ago was that? What are we talking?
Ooh, that was 2004.
So you've been at it for almost
20 years this year. Yep.
Golly.
Yep.
Does it feel like 20?
Nah, I don't, because I feel like I'm just now getting started because I'm learning it and doing everything. Like, what some people don't understand, I took like almost 6 years off from the real grind when I was in Atlanta because I was working with Tyler. So Tyler, it was a strenuous thing where Tyler Perry had us just working, movies, this. So I wasn't able to grind like I wanted to. And I see all my friends, LeVar Walker, Miss Pat, Ronnie Jordan, like all the people that I was hanging with when we was doing K-Dub. Now they these big old, phenomenons. Yeah. I mean, I'm cool because I'm with the Tyler stuff.
Not LeVar. Not LeVar Walker. I love
don't do Nuke like that. LeVar and Xavier, boy, come on. And, but it's like all of them are doing great things, touring and traveling and doing, they got their own name.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like now is my time to get my own name and to branch out there so people know, okay, Shed, once again, to say Shed is a comic. Yeah.
How did you, man, because you were just throwing out all these big names. They just so casual for you. But how did you even get, because most people don't know, you are Tyler Perry's stunt double?
Yeah, I do. I play Medea, Joe, I was Heathrow. Remember that, you know what, you gotta do the name.
Oh, yeah.
So people don't understand that because Mr. Perry plays a lot of characters. So a lot of times he needs me to come in and interact with him and just do it. But the Medea is me a lot of the times that people don't understand because I got it down packed. And he really don't like dressing like that no more, to be honest with you. Like, we just filmed 2 movies and it's me like 85% of the time because of AI.
Really?
Yeah, and how it happened was I was in Atlanta. And I think it was 2005, something like that. It was me, Jonathan Slocum, Marcus D. Wiley, and John Gray.
I started with Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus dope.
Yeah.
And people don't understand John Gray was a Christian comic. He used to do comedy before he became this preacher bishop. You know what I mean? And was very, very funny.
Really?
That's why him being a bishop and preacher is only natural and a great teacher. So I did a joke talking about I couldn't imagine that Medea was Jehovah's Witness, going door to door. And I didn't know Mr. Perry was, he was at the suite, I don't know why. I don't know how there was a suite at a church. He was in the suite. And, I did the joke. And afterwards he came and was like, yo, man, you was funny, him and his entourage. You ever thought about doing movies or whatever? And I was like, well, yeah, because I thought I was sexy, Nuke. He thought I'd be the one with baby oil on, singing shabba-doo-doo-doo-doo. They were like, no, we want you to play with D. I was like, you want me to do what? Oh, man, I can't do that. I'm 6'4", 250 pounds strong, member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I am not dressed like you crazy. They said, well, this how much we gonna pay you. I was like, hello, Brown, if you don't stop popping that gum right now, I'm going to down 9. Oh, boy, I had it down pat. You couldn't tell me I wore a slip. You hear me? You can say whatever you want. A slip, the amount of money, man, you understand. I had a check with a comma in it. You think I'm going to sit here and complain to you, talk, man, please, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
And that was back in, what year was this when you started?
2005.
2005. So a year after you started?
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's why I say the blessings is, it's like when you favored, that is crazy. If you favored and you believe, you know what I mean? Like, I never doubt anything. You know what I mean? And faith is it. Like, I used to ask, when people ask God for this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. What worked for me, I'm not saying that's wrong, but what worked for me is when I was like, God, you know what? I think I may be shortchanging myself. So let me just give you a blank list and you put on what is meant for me, and I'm going to just walk in favor or walk in faith. And once I quit my job, man, and went out to Atlanta a year later, you know what I mean? It was like I was with him.
What?
You know what I mean? And it was just one of those situations, and it put me in rooms where you know, I got to learn, and that's why I love, like, I know the business now. So it's like now when I do pop and it's my time, oh, I'm capitalizing. I'm talking about we gonna have a Shed G creamery, Shed G daycare. I'm gonna turn my little 15 minutes into like a long legacy of earnings for my family. So that's what I've learned. That's the main thing you want to do, because sometimes when people get their 15 minutes, they broke in 30. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's not how I want to be.
Yeah, that is dope, man. Do you ever I know you're in movies, but you ever thought about doing it where you are your own self, you are a character, or
man,
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you why. So what happened was, like, I'm like, a lot of times, like, people don't know until after they meet me, right? So I tell them, they know about the Medea stuff. You can't tell when it's me, whatever, which is cool, because if you could, I wouldn't have a job. Yeah. So then after they meet me and they're watching, like, I've been on Meet the Browns as myself, House of Pain, or Ricky Smiley show. So it's like I've been on other stuff as myself. And it's so funny how I know when I'm getting a residual check, because people call me, they text me, hey, man, I just saw you on this. Oh, that's crazy, man. I didn't know it was you. And it was like, all right, cool. So now I'm in the point of, okay, I'm about to write my own story, like write just a short. Because the one thing that I've done, I've learned on being on the movie sets for over 20 years to how to do it. So the angles, the lightings, the grips, and just whatever it is, I know how to shoot a film now. So this last movie I was on, I was like, you know what, it's time. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've always moved when I heard something from above, you know, either my mother, my grandmother, you know, that speak to me through spirit or even God, I'm like, it's time. And just like you said, it's time for me to write, but it's certain what I want to do. Because everybody always asks me, well, how come you haven't did skits, and how come you ain't social media? Boy, you would be dope. Because I didn't want to be, it's no knock on nobody. I just didn't want to be silly and looked at it silly, whatever. But now, coming soon, I have my skits I'm about to start putting out that I feel is going to be like, okay, this is different, and it's going to relate to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And I want to go back to comedy. Two things. I know you were touring with D. Ellis.
The Rat Pack.
The Rat Pack.
Yeah.
What's the name from Houston? Gross. Terry Gross.
Yeah, the Fool.
Yeah.
One of my favorite comics of all time.
Man, I love Terry, man.
Right,
I love Terry.
Right.
How did that come about? Y'all, all four of y'all.
Well, it was D. Ellis. D. Ellis was the mastermind. You know what I mean? That was all D. Ellis's dream, and he had that. And he said he had it for a couple of years. And when he asked Q, because you know that's one of his best friends, and he asked Gross. So then when I moved here, probably like 4 years ago, you know what I mean, we just connected. You know, I saw it. Oh, Newt, what up? You know what I mean? Hey, I'm new to the city, whatever. And he was like, I told him I'd do comedy. Well, I got a show. Why don't you just slide through? Slid through, roasted. I mean, just tore that show up. And he's like, yo. And he liked my style, because my style is different than a lot of people. So he was like, yo, I got this group I want to do, you know, blah, 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 blah. And the rest was history, man. And then once we got together, we did some shows, and then I used some of my connections to take us out of Dallas. You know what I mean? So we went all over to the improvs, and that's what it's for. It's like, you know, the stuff that I have, the connections that I have, the people that I have in my business sense, like what I was telling you. I just don't want to just do this. If we're going to do this, let's do this right. Let's do it all out. So it couldn't be a better group of guys, man. We're all different, but we're all funny. And everybody's, you know what I mean, it just gels. It makes like a good gumbo. Yeah. Where you can have all this stuff by itself. That's good. But once you put it together, boy, it's a beast.
Yeah, because Terry is a damn fool, man.
And he liked that all for no reason. Man, I was just with him last weekend, and he get on my nerves. Just you be like, man, not all the time. You be like, I don't care, I don't live here. You be like, that's him, man. That's my big bro.
Yeah. And I want to talk to you about this, because I don't think a lot of like young comics understand that it's a lot of money in doing clean comedy. You know what I mean? And I know is that more so? And I could be off. Is that more so your lane, or you just?
I'll be honest with you. Like, how can I say this? So I know a lot of comics that may be funnier than me. You know what I'm saying? Been in the game longer than me, bigger face, bigger known, but I got way more money than them. You see what I mean? So remember I told you I'm my business mind. And a lot of times, man, I get booked on corporate events. So like every time you see my feet, you know how I be posting exit row? Every time I post my feet exit row, that's at least 3,500. You see what I mean? And I knew the game, and that's what's working with Tyler and all of the people that I worked with. It showed me it showed me the game.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna sit here and fight over $75 in a comedy club for 10 minutes where I get the mentality that's like, well, hey, let me do these corporate events. So I have 2 degrees. I'm smart. I'm educated. So I've mastered to where I can host anything from concerts to corporate. Like I was a spokesperson for United Way. You know what I mean? In Twin Cities, right. So it's like, you don't think I know, and the money, and that's the thing they look for, to keep it entertaining. They don't like the people to get up there and be like, this today is a green eyes we have here, and, let's turn the book over. No, they want somebody to be entertaining, but yet professional. And that's where a lot of guys mess up, and they get out of their way. They're in their own way. Is to be professional, just do the different things. Like I'm a straight businessman. Like I get calls on a regular from local comics now. I don't like to call them local, but my peers, where they ask me questions and I'm teaching them game. This is how you get a sponsor. This is how you do this. Where don't kind of do this. But everybody's style is different, so everything is not for everybody. But I still try to help them on the business side. Like one thing I hate is when a comic doesn't have a professional headshot. That kills me. It's like you got an iPhone. Take a professional. Don't send me nothing that would be, what I'm saying? That's like on a menu, a Baptist menu picture. Well, ain't nobody who wants that.
Right.
Put on something, be cool, be casual, get a nice photo. You haven't learned that yet.
Right.
So it's like I try to teach them the game so that they can be like, don't let nobody know that you knew. Let them. You got to have photo shoots. You got to have all that stuff. So when you give it to them, they be like, "Oh, he got it. He got fake it till you make it." You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Walking there, they don't know what you haven't done.
Right.
Right. So that is just always been my mindset.
Man, you are dropping some gems on, and like I don't know if did you answer? Is that the clean part? You just doing it for? Because that's just your lane.
That's just my lane. That's just who I am. You know what I mean? So like my grandma, I'll never forget, man. My grandma, God rest her soul, evangelism for Ophelia Ephraim. I remember because of Comic View, when I first started, I went to this club. Big shout out to AD, Anthony Demmer out of Denver, man, one of the legends, And they had comedy, and I went out there and thought, my cousin just talked about this. I went out there because I was in the hood. You know what I mean? So I went out there and was like, mother, Billy. Nobody laughed. Because these people knew me. They was all like,
that ain't him.
That's not you.
Yeah.
And when I got off, my grandma said, baby, why the hell?
She was my dear.
That's how. Why the hell you talking like that, huh? Why the hell you don't need to cuss on nothing? What the hell? What was you doing? That's not you, baby. Be true to yourself. I felt like it was a Medea skit. Yeah. Medea. God sometimes just will tell you just need to slow down.
Yeah.
And I never did it again. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be true to myself. And that. Then I went right back in there that next week because I had something to prove. Gang members, drug dealers, strippers, just gangster people was in there, and I tore that room up clean. And they appreciated that. You know what I mean? Dang near standing ovation. So that let me know, and it took my peers to let me know who I was and not to change. You don't need to change. You share chi. You ours.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. And it's like you always have people around you, but you got to listen. Don't think you too big to listen. Then you're going to fail every time.
Mm-hmm. How did somebody get into, I guess, because I went to one of your shows that you had at the Addison Improv the other day. It was a gospel show, right? And it was all clean, packed house. Yeah. And I'm like, how's he doing this on a Wednesday? Getting church folks out on a Wednesday and pack this out? Like, how do people even start in doing gospel comedy or even getting that
Okay, that's
arena?
A two-part question. First question, how do you get the church folks out on a Wednesday? You give away the tickets. Church people is not gonna pay for tickets on a Bible study night. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we gave away those tickets. You know what I mean? But we knew the mission. The mission was to have a nice crowd. So it's not always about money. we gained more when we was like, here, y'all want to come, you want to come. People will skip Jesus for something free. They ain't gonna skip Jesus and pay.
Yeah.
Hell, they ain't going to hell for nobody. You hear me? Then, no, I'll skip it if it's free. So we had to give tickets away for people to come. But I called it the drug deal because then they get a hit and they see it and they like, yo, this was bad funny. This was cool. Some people, a lot of times, people like, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think, but y'all was just as funny as everybody else. And that was the whole point. And as far as getting into Christian comedy, I didn't get into it. It's who I was. So I do clean, like I grew up in church, man. My grandmother, Evangelist Ophelia Ephraim, my grandfather, Bishop William Ephraim, my uncles, deacons, I mean, like everything. My dad is a Jehovah's Witness.
Really?
You know what I mean? So it's like all this stuff I talk about. Like I got confused going door to door. I'm here. My grandma near Kojic, my dad is Jehovah's Witness. I'm at the door like, are you ready for Jehovah? He's like, that's not here. You can't do that here. This is not that. You know what I mean? But that's how it was. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like it's not, you just be yourself. Just be who you are. Derek Keener was on the show. Mm-hmm. Love Derek because Derek can hit you with everything. He grew up like me. So Derek can hit you. He got his dad, church, just like me. Yeah. So that's what makes us just gel so much. Sister Cantaloupe, living legend. Sister Cantaloupe was the first Medea. Really? She was the one dressing like the older lady, doing all that. You know what I mean? The only difference is she was the lady. She was a real lady.
Real.
Doing it. Sister Cantaloupe, legendary. Then we got Trey Mack, the young gun. Trey is a beast. You know what I mean? So I'm honored to have him on there. And then we touched the little gospel rap or inspirational rap, my man Norris J. So it's like we give you a whole show where it's like, okay, it's cool where you're not cringing. You know what I mean? You're having a great time. You don't feel guilty when you leave, and you can tell the jokes to your family and friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, because it was so crazy. Me and Marcus Wiley started in Houston together, right? Mm-hmm. And Marcus, he was teaching, I think, at TSU at the time, and we were both like, he was much older than I was when we started, but he just knew how to. He was always a good talker, orator. You know what I mean? So
presentation is outstanding.
Yes, and me, I was young, trying to figure it out. I was just too young to even be starting. But I always admired that he just knew how to control a crowd. And then years later, I seen that he was doing churches, like big, huge churches, making a gang of money. I'm like. Is it really that good over there?
See, Marcus, first of all, number one, Marcus Wiley is a true living legend. Marcus D. Wiley is a true like, he's not that much. We may be the same age, whatever, but I always looked up to him because he had it mastered beforehand. I remember I don't know if he's going to remember this. I remember we was in Houston, and the first time I met him, he was hosting a poetry night with Seven. You know, Seven poets, another beast. And I was talking to him, hey man, we was young in the game. Hey man, this man. He's like, all right, okay, all right. Like this, he just like, and I was like, man, he ain't paying me no mind. Man, like, dude, he's like, all right, this before Yolanda Adams, this is before all that stuff. And just to see where he is now, man, and every time I see him, I mean, he doesn't know how I really, but I need to tell him, maybe he'll see this and know that I feel like he's one of the greats. Like, he don't understand the impact that I've learned from him from business to put the things together and stuff. That's the one thing you do. And then he's with another legend, Ali Sadiq, and they're touring. And it's like, you got to surround yourself around people to help you elevate. And that's what I love about a lot of the Houston entertainers, period. They stick together. They do. If you have a beef, we get it, but we still gonna do what we need to do. And to see Ali and Marcus to where they are right now is, I'm telling you, man, if you was up under Marcus, just like touring and stuff, man, you got to soak it in. And that's what I do with Tyler. Yeah. With Tyler and them, I soak all of that in. They taught me how to be a business. They taught me to own everything. So I have a video production company. I own everything. You know what I mean? And I do stuff I got clients as corporate. I got clients. I got universities up under me. It's just so much. So it's just like when you in there, see what you can get and what you can gain from people. If your friends is not motivating you or trying to do better or be better, bye-bye. We still friends.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to waste my time because my time is valuable. You know, what Deion Cole, we got 13 summers left. What the helicopter I'm going to do waiting, chilling with you? I don't want to be over here with you just playing Xbox or PS5.
Right.
You know what I mean? Man, I went and bought a PS5 just because all my friends, and I ain't touched that thing yet. I had it for like 8 months.
See?
Still in the box, still, you know what I mean? It's just a situation where my mindset is always, yo, how can I do this for the future? How can I do that? So that's just what the blessing part is, man. So big shout out to Marcus D. Wiley, the living legend, man. I won't work with him again. I said, Marcus, hey man, let me get on the show with you? I'll feature, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't got to hear that. Hey, shit, man, I'm still trying to get this money back from COVID, man, you know. I was like, oh man, that's how you gonna do me? Trying to get this money back from COVID, man.
Shout out to Marcus Wiley. Marcus D. Wiley.
D. Wiley.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. With going back to Tyler, man, because I had a big argument with Black Ron on here.
Yeah, that's my dude. Another great boy. Black Ron is a beast.
Yeah, I had an argument on here about Tyler Perry and when the whole dress thing was coming out. First of all, before I tell you, what is your opinion on that about Hollywood making black men wear dress?
Well, man, honestly, for me, it's not just black men. You got to understand, everybody do it. You know what I mean? A lot of times we just focus on that because we're black and we focus on whatever what it is. And when me looking at it, because I'm not going to lie, when I first saw it, I was like, man, when he asked me to do it, I was like, man, I don't know. And my grandmother, God rest her soul, was like, babe, you got to understand, this is an opportunity for you to learn. You know what I mean? A lot of times we got to get in a certain way that we can. And like if Tyler, what makes Tyler more different than anybody else, is like people can always say what they want about Tyler, about the dress. That guy turned a dress into a billionaire. You see what I mean? But not only that, what did he do for others? I've seen my friends are now millionaires and people that work with him, and you know he is the reason why movies get done in Atlanta. People don't know. If you're not like, I'm in there. I'm in the room. I'm watching. I was on Tyler Perry Studios when it still was just grass.
Really?
We filmed Medea's Boo Halloween there, and there were no buildings or nothing there. You see what I mean? So I seen it grow, and it's like, okay, we're in there, but he's doing other stuff. You know what I mean? He's employing a lot of people. So how can you down this guy? You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't see eye to eye, but I love the dude because of the fact I seen what he did for my friends, people that I met through him. It's just a blessing. He's the one. And people don't understand. People was on an uproar because Ray, remember when Ray came out with Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
Ray was filmed in New Orleans. People was mad. Black people, how's it in New Orleans? He from Georgia. He's singing about Georgia. What the hell, you know? So then Tyler was smart enough to get in with Mayor Franklin at the time. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Mayor Franklin in Atlanta. Get in, and then it's like, okay, let's do this. Let me do this. Let me film this. So we did Diary of a Mad Black Woman in Atlanta. Then next year this. So then we had the studio on Krog Street. Then we went to another place. And he was like, he got first dibs on everything. But then him working with Oprah's people, you know what I mean? You learn from stuff. That is a prime example of being around somebody and it just bubbles.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he did it because he connected with people as a dress, right? But he did it because he was connecting because that was his tribute to his mom, his aunties, and all of that stuff. Sometimes as us, we're going to look for the most negative thing to talk about. But then I'm not saying that your views don't matter, but dig deeper. Dig deeper. You know what I mean? You know, like we in school, we always talk about, oh, this boy stank. Boy, you would talk about him. Okay, he stink. But dig deeper and see, why does he stink?
Yeah.
What problems that does he got going on at home? Maybe he don't got no water, but all we can do is say he stink. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of times it's like dig a little deeper. You know what I'm
And
saying?
my argument was with Black Ron is I think the difference between Tyler and other people that were in that Hollywood circle is white producers coming to you and saying, hey, put this dress on, this will be funny, versus where Tyler started doing plays when nobody was showing up, doing it in the dress. And that was his interpretation of his grandmother and mom. You know what I mean? So it's a difference. And he owns all the content.
Owns everything.
And it's not where he's doing it and lining other people's pockets up. You know what I mean?
Right. And that, but see, that's the thing. That's like the stuff Cat Williams was saying. Cat Williams was saying a whole bunch of stuff or whatever, which is cool. That's your views. But once again, dig deeper. Tyler owns everything. And what was the reason why he did it? Nobody say, hey, go do this to do this. He made that character because he needed somebody, needed another character in the play. And he made that play. How come nobody saying anything about David Mann and Mr. Brown? Why black people needs got to be asked you? Why we got to talk? No, it was a character. You know what I mean? And they made it for a play, and they did everything that they done. And big shout out to David Mann and Tamala Mann. They're like legends also.
They live here, don't they?
Yeah, they live here. We just shot a movie. Those are like, they like Big Bro, Big Sis.
Yeah.
And it's like all of that stuff, we pick and choose of what's hot to talk about right then in that topic. But Tyler, you can't put him in none of that stuff. I don't care what you do. He owns everything. He created everything. And just like you said, Hollywood didn't create him. He didn't come out and say, okay, I'm gonna talk like him. No, this dude, this was his mom, this was his aunt, and he created it in a play. So his lane is totally different than a lot of other people. You know what I mean? He's making the money more so. I mean, you know, some other people is bigger that own, but he's primarily is them and then his Tyler. You know what I mean? There's no middleman getting the check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like he owns that. And, you know, like Flip Wilson and all of them, just like you say, it was a situation. But let's talk about Mrs. Doubtfire, bosom buddies, and all of that stuff. It wasn't just, I don't know. It's an ongoing argument, and, you know, to each his own what they feel. But for me, actually being there, seeing it, and knowing the history and the story, you can't put Tyler in that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times people will talk and say this or whatever. Soon as Tyler be like, hey, I got this role for you.
Okay.
Bye-bye and a flat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't put on no dress. I know, nigga, I did. Hell. Still got this check.
Yeah.
Still got everything. And see, that's just the thing. Tyler always say, I'm the most known, unknown dude in Hollywood. He said, you know, you're the most known unknown dude in Hollywood. Nobody know it'd be you. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'll let you catch all that stuff. They talk about two. I'll be over here on the side. We got $300. We'll get this money. Ooh, Tyler, yeah, I love Tyler.
Yeah, I think it's a big difference, man, because it could be whether it's a dress or you playing a drug dealer.
It don't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that goes against your morals, it don't matter if whatever the character is, you still gonna feel the same way. But if I create the character, this is my interpretation of what I want to put out there. You know what I mean?
But it's a role. That's what people forget.
Acting.
This is acting.
Yes.
Denzel in getting whooped in
Glory.
So Denzel wasn't a soldier. Malcolm X, he wasn't Malcolm X. He's playing a character.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All of these things are roles. And people, there'll be certain stuff, like one of the best movies people need to watch. And they will get a lot of stuff. It picks at us in the roles that we play. Remember Robert Townsend's Hollywood Shuffle?
Yes.
If you ain't never seen Hollywood Shuffle, go out and watch Hollywood Shuffle. It shows you, and it's crazy how we've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like how now we don't be like, hey, jive time, turkey, sucker. But that was how we was able to get in and try to break through some way. We got to get in some way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Preaching. Look at that. Like there's something wrong with everything that goes on in this world. You know what I mean? Teaching. You know what I'm saying? It's like no matter what you talk about, you can pick something wrong that is not working for everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, okay, what's behind that? what can we do besides bring people down? You know, that's just a situation that I'm a positive dude. You can say whatever. All right, cool. That's what you think. But what is it going to change after you say it? Okay, this is my dude. Like, I love everybody. You know what I mean? And I give respects to everybody. And I'm like Shaq. If you don't like me, something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't hate on nobody. I want everybody to win. If you call me, hey, what's up? You need this? Yeah, I've given people gigs and sponsors and stuff like that if I had it. It's, what you eat don't, boy, I'm about to go on that Jay-Z, boy. You better be glad I gave my life to Christ.
Not the jigger, man. Not the jigger.
I gave my life to Christ in 98, just so you know. I did it again in 99. 2000, I'm going to do it this year after this show. After I tap into Jesus, I'm going to do it.
That's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, man, because I played that Hollywood or random Hollywood streets, you know what I mean, trying to get in. But I think the most satisfying thing for me is what I have right here and doing my own podcast, being able to call my own shots, bring on the people who I want to talk to, you know what I mean, versus having to be in LA doing that whole thing. Have you did
Man, I can't stand LA.
Really?
Oh, I can't stand
Everybody
it.
say that.
I can't
What is
because
it
I'm a
about?
Southern dude. Like I think I'm a real dude. Like sometimes some of my friends don't like me because I'm too honest. But it's like this is stuff you need to hear, right? Like, and I hate LA. Like, I mean, it's cool to go, but I don't want to go as an entertainer. Like, because it's very humbling too. I mean, we had the movie premiere down there. I can't remember which movie it was. And we had the movie premiere, and I had to walk down
The red carpet?
The red carpet.
Oh, that red carpet is brutal.
Ain't now picture gets snapped. Nothing, nobody, nothing. But this how shiesty and fickle these people are. So ain't nobody said nothing to me. I went and bought a suit. You hear me? I was mad at little $800 suit I want, and somebody gonna take a picture, pull out a flip phone, somebody gonna do something. And then Oprah came, Oprah Stedman was behind me. And so they came, everybody was in uproar, and I turned around and looked, and I caught eye contact with Oprah. Oprah like, shit, good. I went and, said hello to Oprah. Man, I walked down that aisle.
Everybody now, see, yeah.
What's your name? I was like, y'all fickle. I was the same dude in this little Harold Pinter suit. Y'all didn't say nothing to.
Yeah.
This KG men $200 suit. Y'all didn't say nothing to. Now y'all want to take these pictures because she said something to me?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can't do the Hollywood life. You know what I mean? And I got people out there, Big John Pratt from my executive. He's executive of so many music. Man, the dude is dope. Like, I got friends out there that's winning. Tony Dixon, right? He's with Babyface. He does so much stuff, but I just couldn't do it. It's like, I don't know. You got to be different just to want to stay out there.
Yes.
And it's not like here, like here in Dallas, we'll go to the club, we chill, we go out, we hang, boom, boom. Not in L.A., boy.
Nah.
You go out in L.A., who you compete with in the club? You got Neo right there. You got Chris Brown. You got Kevin Hart. You got all the Plastic Cup boys. You like, golly. And they like, who are you?
Yeah.
I got to wait for Oprah to come in. Hey, Sam. You know what I'm saying? It's like you compete with these celebrities and bars. You can't compete none of that. You got LeBron right here, Anthony Davis, and I'm right here just...
Yeah.
Got my little Harold Pinter on, my KG men special. You can't do it, man.
I remember me, Sydney Castillo?
Love Sydney, man.
Me and Sydney went to the BET Awards one time. This is when he had he was like doing a co-host on Hell Date. Or it was one of them shows on BET, so we walked the red carpet. Nobody took no picture.
Right.
This guy named Kevin Kwan, which is Kevin Hart, videographer now.
Yeah, I know Kev, yeah.
Kev was the only one that took a picture of us. He was like, hey, man, y'all scoot in.
Kev was like, oh, come back here. Come back.
He the only one took a picture of us.
Right.
I still got that picture to this day.
Right.
Of us on the red carpet.
Right,
So, yeah.
right. I love Sydney. First time I met Sydney, man. Sydney, he did me so dirty. I said, hey, what's up, man? I'm Shed. I'm just happy. Sydney's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we light skinned. We gonna stick together. Oh, but then that's just how Sydney is.
Sydney is
right.
the biggest asshole
Right.
and jerk.
Right.
If he don't know you,
He didn't know me at all. I was like, what up, man? I was excited. Hey, man, proud of you, man. How you? He was just like, what's up? I said, man, guess what? I felt like I was on the red carpet again. Like, man, you don't know me. But, I'm not one of those guys. But whenever I see him, I always try to show him love. He still don't know who I am. Yeah. And I'm not going to tell him. It's just like, man, I just love his work. I love what he do. And he's always in the city. I always go see it, whatever. I just be laughing like, what up, man? How you feel? Like I'm bothering him. Like I don't need a photo double.
Yeah, you got.
Like we looking like, dude. How could you not?
You know, for a time, people were saying he looked like Tyler in Hollywood. They was comparing him. Yeah, be like, he could be Tyler's stunt double too.
Right?
You know
what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I look like him. Like I said, man, with my beard full. Oh, come on, man. Me and Sydney light skin with freckles, nigga. Come on, somebody. Hey, man, let me do some of your jokes. Let me body double your jokes.
Heck yeah. Man, what else you got coming, man? What else should people be paying attention to coming down the pipe?
Man, you know what? We got the 2 movies coming out on Netflix. You got Joe's Road Trip, which is crazy.
I've been seeing, I didn't even cut you off, but I've been seeing stuff on TikTok where there was like a gold car that's being chased out of a gas station.
No. So that was me. So I was Medea fighting. That was me. I went viral. Nobody knew it. That's what I'm saying. I just love it. So we got a scene, and that's for Medea's destination wedding. Oh. Yeah, and so I had to do like some of the stunts and stuff. So we was at the gas station. We didn't know nobody was filming because we like, you got to put the cameras away. But you know black people. Yeah. You and mom, I live here. Hell, you can't tell me what to do. You know? And somebody filmed it. And I went back to so we went back to the studio, TPS Studios, the next day, and I'm there, and my homegirl Chloe, who works, and she said, "Yo, Shad, you went viral." I said, "What? What I do?" I'm thinking I did something wrong or whatever. Yeah. She go, "Look." I was like, "Oh snap, yo, that's crazy." Yeah. You know what I mean? And somebody, and I like reading the comments. Oh, Medea got hands. I'm like, and do. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool, man. And then people were tagging me like, I think that's Shad. So it's just a blessing, man, to be able to do that. So we got that Medea's destination wedding and Joe's. Then I'm focusing on now, man. Focusing on the God Bless Your Ministry tour. Because I just feel that's something that is needed with me, Trey Mack, Norris J, Sister Cantaloupe, Trina Jeffries, and Derek, where we need to take it. I want to start it around the Texas, because Texas is a big state, bro. Mm-hmm. If you can work for a whole year and just not leave Texas. So we want to take this and just take it to different churches, different platforms, just everywhere, man. It's not nothing we don't have to be a church. We can be somewhere, because church people go places. Mm-hmm. Church people, the same people that be in the club. True, amen. Hello, is this on? Can y'all hear me? Them church people be in the clubs too. You know what I mean? It's just, you just got to give them something, And I always tell people, man, the devil different. The devil ain't the same when y'all was marching in Selma. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you have to touch and do different things to reach different type of people, to where you got to update yourself, you know what I mean? And that's just what I believe. I believe if you wanted to do some positive stuff, you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be this. If you just want some positive, clean humor, clean energy, inspirational, come check us out. And I'm also working on the Rap Hacks of Comedy tours, where we're going to go in some other cities. So right now we're going to Little Rock, Arkansas at the Nut House. Okay. Then we go to Twice as Funny in Killeen. Then we're going to Virginia. We're going to be at the Funny Bone in Richmond, and then the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach. We're going to Denver. We're going to Minnesota. So it's like we're just doing so much stuff. So it's just a blessing, man.
If somebody want to book the ministry,
God Bless Your Ministry.
God Bless Your Ministry tour, how do they get a hold of you?
Man, you can go, hit me up at ShedG, SHEDG. On all of my social media. On Facebook, I'm Shed G Dallas. I need some friends because I don't want to go live no more and be 4 people making me feel like I'm on that red carpet again. I got to get somebody, a celebrity in there. Yeah, but just hit me up, SHEDG, Dallas, Shed G Dallas, or Instagram, Shed G, all that stuff. Just hit me up. canivent@yahoo.com. See, I still got
the Can I Vent?
Come on, man. Can I Vent? CANIVENT @yahoo. That'd be so funny, man. You meet somebody, you be like, hey, what's your email address? They be like, Yahoo. Who you old? Excuse me, school. They call me school. When was the first time you been called school or OG?
Listen, this morning, I was trying to pull to the parking lot at Walmart. This young black lady, she like, what's up, OG? I was like, what's up? I was like,
let me tell you
the
first time I got
OG. I didn't know I was OG, yeah.
I was in Minneapolis. I was at the Mall of America. Big shout out. I own a Duck Donuts in Mall of America on the 3rd floor right by Nordstrom. So if you go to Mall of America, the biggest mall in the United States in Minneapolis, go there. Tell them, hey, I'm here for Shed G, and I'll make sure I hook you up with a free donut with whatever the gourmet donuts. I had to do my business, my bad.
Go ahead.
But I was in Minneapolis. I was at this store, and this white, Minneapolis is the mixed baby capital of the world, just so you know. It's you get a lot of people come there from Chicago, and they mix. And during tax season, they get, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But I was in Minneapolis, and this white dude, he was tatted up. He had swag. He was working at the store, and he looked at me. He go, hey, school, hey, them shoes fly, boy. I'm like, what you call me? He said, hey, school, them shoes fly. I said, school? I'm about to go fight this dude. Who you calling me? He said, no, that's old school. Old school? Yeah, OG, no disrespect. But I said, OG. Then I had to realize I was school and OG. I said, yeah, but I said, well, thanks for acknowledging my shoes, sir. Yeah, those fly, boy. That's fly, boy. Messed me up, man.
They were talking like that in Minneapolis?
Yeah, they do. They got swag out
Atlanta.
there.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, these white people travel now. They go to our cities. It's no longer, Freaknik is just not for black people, man. We got Daytona. Them white people go where we go, and they know us. And there's this thing called the internet. I don't know if you knew about the internet. The internet where in social media where they see, and we was tatted up. He like, hey, boy. I dare by, hey, bye. He be like, what school you go to? He was like, hey, I go to South. You know what I mean?
That must be a white school?
That's a white school, man. I go to Osseo. But I'm telling you, and it's just cool. But Minneapolis is one of the dopest cities to live in, bro. When I tell you, it's one of the most slept-on cities ever.
Really?
Man, Minneapolis is so dope. And you got to understand, Minneapolis, Prince, come on, man. Prince was there. You got Mint Condition, Stokely there, RL from Next and all them, they from there.
RL from Minneapolis?
Man, yeah, that's my dude, man. RL. Then gospel, you got Darnell Davis, you got Javante, like it's all up to chain, James Greer. Man, I'm telling you, you got Ashley Henderson, comedian, social media star. She from Minneapolis.
Really?
Like, it is dope. You got a whole bunch of people. Adrian Washington, comedian, tour with Donnell Rawlins from Minneapolis. All them, bro. I'm telling you, Minnesota dope. You got to go out there with me, man. I do a whole lot of stuff out there.
Really?
Yeah, man. I do a whole lot because I was doing radio out there for like almost 8 years. And that's why I was on the morning show. Walter Q-Bear Banks, living legend out there. My girl Lisa Moore. Like, it was off the chain. We loved it.
Man, you've done a little bit of everything, man.
I have. You
done radio too?
Mm-hmm. Radio too, yep. And that's what I'm saying. It's like now I think is my time because a lot of times, you know what they say, preparedness meets opportunity?
Yes.
I feel like I got everything I need. You know what I mean? I got everything. All I'm missing is that wife. You know what I mean? Because once I get that wife, it's over, dog. I'm telling you, because you can't go to that next level without that person. Because that's what we was meant to. Adam and Eve. Yeah. Even though Eve ate a whole bunch of apples. Yeah. That still, you know what I mean, for me to go above, that's what I need in my life. And I feel this is gonna be. It's that time that I get everything I want and deserve.
Are you dating now? Are you?
I am. I'm out there and I'm trying to because this is the first time I've been stable. You got to understand. I've been everywhere, so my stability. I always knew I wasn't gonna be there. And it was like, yo, this is what I want to do. And I was on Bumble, dog. Don't talk bad about
Bumble.
Man, I was on Bumble. Bumble is for people like me that's shy. Like I'm shy.
You don't seem shy though.
Man, I am. Like for me to code, because I don't like rejection. You saw that on the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? I don't like rejection. And when I tell you, bro, so I was here and I went on Bumble and this girl, like ladies, let me tell y'all, don't filter your face. Don't do none of that stuff. And that's why I swiped right on her because she was beautiful. She had no filter, nothing, but she only had neck up. But that was a red flag. I shouldn't have read. But I was like, all right, cool. So we met up and saw her. She was still beautiful as ever, but she had a little bit more wagon. She was dragging at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that wasn't nothing wrong. I was like, okay, I like a little junk in the trunk. You know what I mean, dog? And so I was like, all right. So she had them black tights on. You know, it was some leggings, tights, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know how they have the name on the back, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, most people have like Poison, Pink on the back of their stuff. You know what I mean? She had dyes, dog.
Dyes?
New dyes, DYS. And I was like, what is that? And I love fashion, you know?
Yeah.
So we was walking, talking, had a great conversation. Everything was good. And I'm still looking like, what the hell is dyes? So I walk into
Don't tell me
a car.
it's Disneyland.
No, I walk into the car. I said, ma'am, I'm from, but I don't know what Dyes is. She pulled a wedgie out. It said Dallas Cowboys. I said, yeah, dog. Them 2 words, them Dallas Cowboys. Hey, Newt. So we've been dating for 4 months. We've been dating for 4 months now. I hope she the one. I hope she the one, Newt. Let her, come on now, be the one. Be the one. I'm here all week. Please remember to tip your bartenders and your waitress. Be good to them, they be good to you. Tap in, praise God. Tap in. Tap in, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man.
Tap in.
Anybody that got dyes, tap in.
Tap in.
Anybody that got dyes, tap in.
I'm telling you,
man.
yes, sir.
I appreciate you for tapping in with me,
Come
man.
on, man. I
Thank
can't
you,
have it no
man.
other way, man.
Thank you, man.
And big shout out to you. We was in the room at the comedy spot. Let me tell you what he did. We had the room in the comedy spot, and I'm preparing for the show. He go, hey, Shed, so you right, you good for Saturday, right? I was like, what? Yeah, you supposed to come do the podcast. I said, yeah, I am. I ain't wasn't even scheduled. I don't look on my schedule, but he got me. My boy got me. I was there reading the Victors before I came over. Black as the pit, pole to pole, forever. My conqueror soul. I'm telling you, boy, but I appreciate it, boy. This made
For
my
sure,
day,
man.
praise God.
For sure. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, boy.
Yes, sir. Yo, man, thank y'all for tapping in. This has been the Tap In Podcast. Till next time. Holla.